Hi, um, welcome to the first episode of my Ramblings blog. Um, I'm doing this basically because to keep me up to date in using Zoom since I won't be teaching next semester. So I thought, why not, you know, hone the lecturing online um, instead of doing not needed lectures on subjects that I'm not teaching. So I thought I'd pick up a, outlet for me to ramble, right? So before anything, let's get to what I've prepared. So I'm going to call this ramblings. All my random thoughts and outbursts. So this will be episode 1. So why do I call it ramblings? It's basically because years ago I started a blog. This was my first post actually. It was in May 2nd, 2008, maybe. Yeah, 2008. Yeah, so basically if I don't think it's clear, but basically under the ramblings heading there, I put my random thoughts or outbursts, a place where I can dump emotional garbage in order to detoxify. So yeah, I still need the same thing, but I'm too lazy to write nowadays. This blog has been left unattended. I think my last post was about 2 years ago, maybe. Not sure. Maybe 2 years ago, yeah. So this is my inspiration. So I'm doing a vlog now instead of a blog. Right. Let me just then introduce myself. Okay. Um, that's me, right? The newborn me, held by my dad's magazine stuff, and that's my mom. The one's cut off here. It was is my uncle. Right. I think I was a day old, maybe a few days old. I'm not sure. I lost, well, I can't find. Basically, it's in my dad's collection, but I can't find the first day picture where I have a sort of a magazine blowout of my name that my dad did. Because at the moment I was born, Dad was an editor-in-chief of an entertainment magazine called Rita. That was where my middle name came from. I have a long name, for those who don't know me. My name is Yasle Rita Ayu. Of course, Binti Mak Yasin, my dad. But in Facebook, when it started, when I joined Facebook in 2008, they didn't allow too many names to be on. So my name was, could only put Yasli Rita Ayu, couldn't put my father's name. So my last name is, they considered Ayu as my last name, which is weird. Whenever I register anything with Facebook, they basically think I'm Miss Ayu. Oh, I hate that name. Basically, I actually did a long post about my name in a Facebook now defunct game I once played, Knighthood, explaining why I have a long name. Basically, my great granddad was from China, meaning he came from China to Malaya back then, I think, as a mining laborer. I think he was very young, around, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, I'm not sure, but young kid who had really a problem of feeding himself in China. And so his uncle thought that he'd have an opportunity, good opportunity, if he goes on, those people were looking for laborers for mining in Malaya back then. So he went, a young Chinese kid. Unfortunately, he got the traveling, the being on the ship, I think, was horrible. He got sick. And as they arrived in Malaya, he got progressively worse. So he was left in the jungle of Malaya alone to die. And luckily, he didn't die. A Malay couple found him, so they nursed him back to health, and then basically adopted him. And he grew up with them. He got married my great grandmother, got my grandmother and her brother, and they've lost other children, I guess, but they have many children together, but they only have 2 surviving children, a boy and a girl, and the girl was my grandmother. So that's the history basically. So that comes to Dad. My grandmother, being half Chinese, was very fair. And back then, even as it is now, being fair in a Malay society is considered as very attractive, because we have dusky skin and also, more brown than white. So yeah, having a fair complexion was sought upon and thought to be attractive. So my grandmother was belle of the village. So she got married to a guy, and got her first son, my uncle. But the guy who was a driver to a estate manager went back to his village in Perak and never came back. Basically, they had a divorce. So my grandmother, now a young teenager, I think, has one child and unmarried. But since she was very pretty, my grandfather married her. But yeah, I don't know what happened while she was pregnant with my dad. They got divorced. So my dad was born without a father. Yeah, back then, once you are divorced, you don't get to see your father. Mostly you're left with your mother, and if the father remarries, the new wife would be jealous. So it was hard. My father knew the father was in the next village, but he never saw the father, so never had a relationship with the father. So he grew up with his grandparents, because my great grandmother decided that my grandmother needs to appear like she is unencumbered by children. So she looked after the 2 sons and let my grandmother find another husband. She did, but unluckily the husband was kidnapped by the communists and was presumed dead. And finally, she married her last husband, which lasted until he died. And she had, I think, 10, no, eight children. No, so she has nine, uh, seven, eight children, 8 or 9 children, I think, and but 2 died, I think, and 7 surviving children. So my father has 9 siblings from mother's side. So yeah, that is basically the history. He was born basically an orphan, and looked after by the grandmother. And you must remember, the grandfather is Chinese, or what they call back then mu'alaf, a convert. So he had a tough time. Right, yeah. So when he got us, got me, he wanted me to carry a lot of history, a lot of what he's been missing, family history, family love. So I had to carry that. So I carry it first with my name. Yeah. So my name, the first one is Yasli. There is a combination of not my dad's and my mom's, that's usually done by couples nowadays, combining the husband and wife's name, but it's actually his name, Yasin, and his father's name, who he never met until he was 36. Saleh. So yes, Leh. So, and I have 3 names, and Yasle used to be my family name in the Chinese tradition, yeah, to honor his grandfather's heritage, the Chinese heritage. So that's my first name. And then when, as I said, when I was born, he was an editor-in-chief for an entertainment magazine called Rita. So he gave me the middle name Rita. And the last name he wanted to symbolize or to, I think the symbolize is the best word. The sweetness and the prettiness of everything, everything sweet and good about Malay girl. And that's the word Ayu. So if you translate Ayu from Malay to English, it's basically pretty. But it's not just pretty or beautiful. It's actually, it defines that softness, elegance, and uniqueness of a well sought after young Malay girl. Yeah, I think. So yeah, as I grew up among my family, I was known as Rita before my sister came. I was known as Rita. And I don't really like that. Why? That's a story for another time, I think. I spent too much. So I'll basically go by Yasli, right? I don't like my other 2 names. I was born with it, so no luck. Okay, the next picture is, I think it's the same day. This is my maternal grandmother. Yeah, Tok Jamila. She was holding me. And this was the uncle that was cut off from the previous picture, Ayaris, and my mom and dad. Okay. And basically, I grew up in Pahang, next to the Pahang River in Chennai. My dad loves to fish. So he usually will bring me to the river and I'll splish and splash in the water and he'll fish. And this picture was taken Of course, my dad was there. It's just me alone. He took the picture of me alone in the water. But when I was young, I used to stare at this picture and cry. Cry like, why did you leave me alone? Basically, because I was very sensitive about being left alone. My mom, before she married my dad, she was diagnosed as having schizophrenia when she was in Australia, when she was studying there, and she never finished her studies. She came home because she had her first breakdown in Australia. She came home to get treated. That was when she was 18. She got married to my dad when she was 28, 26. Sorry, I was born in 76, so she was 26. So she has been living with schizophrenia for a while when she got me. Right. So when I was born, she only had 7 days before she had postpartum breakdown. Yeah, not just postpartum depression, but it was a full out relapse of schizophrenic episode. So my dad had to look after her, and she was admitted in Johor, Tanjung. I'm not sure which hospital, but it was in Johor. Um, so dad had to leave me with my grandmother, Tok Jamila. So yeah, and this like happened. My mom would get relapse every once in a while. Back then, when I was young, it was as little as a month. She only have a month of sane period, and then a few months of being sick. At most, I think 3 months sometime, and then she'll have another relapse. And all this basically will mean stay in the ward, and dad will be there for her. And I was too young, so had a grandmother who was willing to look after me. But yeah, there was one episode where I think I was not a baby already. I was quite big. I understood that I was being left. The parents, my mom was discharged. She was healthy. So dad got me from grandmother, and I was just staring at them like I didn't know them. And it was not until we crossed the Maloh Bridge, which is why I always love crossing that bridge. It's did I just stop being a zombie and call that mommy, daddy? So yeah. So when I was like growing up, when I look at this picture, it signifies all those. I'm being left behind, being left with grandma. So yeah. See, I'm tearing up, remembering all those time. So yeah, okay. Next picture is me. I think I was 8 here. Um, one feature that people always note down was I had really big round eyes. Okay, that was a film director, and in one of his film he directed the late Normadia. And when I go to set all the time, Auntie Normadia would say, come here, let me look at your eyes. It's so big, so nice, um, like bintang kejora or something like that. So a star, basically. She said like the northern star, I think, maybe. I don't really know what bintang kejora means. But yeah, it's like a star, all shiny and bright. So she always scares me because she say, can you bagi auntie pinjam boleh? Like, can I borrow it? Can I borrow your eyes? And I was around, I don't know, 2.5, 3, like that, when he was shooting the Ibuku. And that scares me like hell. Like, this lady wants my eyes. And always, I don't know, I always felt uncomfortable going to her because she always say that she want to borrow my eyes, right? But yeah, that's me. And And yeah, at this time when we was living in Taman Dato' Haru, and I was 8, standard 2. Some of my dad's friend were looking for him, and they didn't know the house that we were living in. So they decided to wait out in front of the nearest sekolah rendah, and waited for every kid to come out. And they said, as soon as they saw me, they saw my big eyes, they knew that it was me. And I was like, yeah. And yeah, I was taught to not to talk to strangers. They say, we are your dad's friend. We would like to go to your house. And I was like, yeah, I'm a daddy said never to get a ride with stranger. If you want, you guys can follow me. I'll walk home. So they did. They followed me in a car as I walk home. An 8-year-old kid walking home because daddy said no taking rides with stranger. I don't know these people. And they followed me slowly behind. So yeah, and it was because of my eyes. They identified me because of my eyes. Right. So why am I reminiscing basically? Why today do I start my vlog? I have had so many times when I wanted to do this, but yesterday was my 45th birthday, 7th September. So today is basically, I've decided to put up a blog every Wednesday. So yeah, since thinking about my birthday, everything, got me thinking about all this memories. So yeah, I'm rambling about myself as an introduction. Maybe 2 or 3 people would listen. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's not for anyone really. I'm not expecting to get a silver button out of YouTube for this. I'm just doing this to keep up with talking on camera, which I've noticed is one of my weaknesses ever since COVID started and teaching online. And I tend not to look at the camera because I hate it. I keep saying to my student, eye contact, but yeah, so I'm practicing. Okay, the next one is like picture of my sister and I. My sister's name is like, it's like me, 3 names. So hers is Yasli as well. Yasli Haniwati. She goes by Hani because yeah, it's the first I've chosen to go by Yasli or Yas. And so I think when we were young in school, everyone both call us Yasli, which is a bit confusing. But as she grew up, she decided that she's not Yasli, she's Hani. Fine. Okay, so yeah, she was born when I was about 2 years and a half, I think. Yeah, this was our room, mom's room, basically, her bridal room in Chenor. And we were quite close. We fought each other constantly. If you pull us apart, we get very upset and we get depressed away from each other. I don't know if it's obvious when we were young, but nowadays when we are grown, a lot of people think we're twins. There's a lot of twin story I could tell, but there'll be another vlog, I think. And this was when we were a bit older. I think I was 9 here, maybe 10, I'm not sure. 8, 9, 10, something like around there. And my sister, we were in Kota Tinggi, I think visiting Uncle Nizar in Johor. And we went for a picnic in Kota Tinggi waterfall. So it was really cold. So we had our ropes on, we had our swimsuit on. It was a new swimsuit, new ropes. Dad bought it. So it's cool. And I think we were like 9 going, I was going 9 going on 10 because I think Dad bought the swimsuit and robe in Hong Kong when he went to edit. Alisetan. Yeah, maybe. Right. So yeah, here is my 9th birthday celebrated on set. It wasn't exactly 7th September. I can't recall, but yeah, but we were celebrating my 9th birthday. But we also celebrated my sister. She was on the other side. We had another cake. So celebrated together. So this was on Alisetan set, Alisetan 2 set. So as you can see, a half face there. Azmil Mustafa, the hero, he was Alisetan. I think this was either the production manager or the makeup artist. I'm not sure, but I think her name was Zaitun. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that's Dad. He's actually bald in this picture. He basically like to be bald when he's shooting. And that's Mom. Isn't she pretty? Oh, so pretty. Yeah. And then the next picture was when Dad was doing a documentary at a hotel. He stayed at the hotel nearly like 6 months. So I was like there as well when I'm not in school, right? So this was teenage me, I think around 14, 13, I'm not sure, 13, 14, 15, like that. I think around 15 maybe. Yeah, maybe 14, 15. So I was set aside of the pool because I don't really like to swim that much, but my sister does. So I'm watching her have like tired of swimming. So I just said, set as, sunbathe at the side of the pool. That's what I like to do. That's how I do it most of the time. That's me. I observe people and that takes picture of me observing people. Yeah. Right. When I was 19, I was lucky enough to have this little precious bundle of joy come into my life. This is my brother, my youngest brother. I've always wanted to look after babies. And when I was 16, I prayed, I think, every day, every night for a baby. But because mom was sick, we didn't really have another sibling until after my sister, right? But yeah, I prayed and prayed and prayed and God answered. So when I was 19, I got this boy. And by then, mom was actually very sick. And I had the chance to look after him, and I love it. Looking after babies is something that I really, really enjoy. I don't mind the late nights. I don't mind the changing. I don't mind the carrying. I don't mind doing anything for the baby. It's just such joy. Yeah. I'll do that beating or carrying. And this was actually quite a sad occasion. I was crying here. Um, I was doing tassel and I had a scholarship. And we graduated in 1999, which was an election year. So they were sending us in drove to Sabah and Sarawak. So it wasn't really good. He was, I don't know, was he 2, 3? I think it was 3 or 4. 1995. Yeah, he was 3 years old, 4 years old. Yeah, so it's like if you ask a mother of a 4-year-old to leave her child behind, it's like child behind in Semenanjung and ask the person to go to Kapit Sarawak. And I didn't even know I was posted to Kapit. I was told to report to Kuching and we will be given our posting in Kuching. So yeah, I didn't, it was all unknown. I was leaving this baby of mine. It was sad. And I couldn't do it. Basically, then I defaulted on my scholarship. I went back. I didn't go to my posting. And this was the happiest boy, actually. And I didn't know he actually was aware of what was happening. But while he was going back to pick me up from the airport as I came back from Sarawak, from Kuching, um, he saw an airplane in the sky and he was like mumbling to himself, "Pergilah lagi, tinggal abang pada muka, nangis nak balik." So basically he said, yeah, who asked you to leave me? Now you're crying to go back. I'm picking you up. So yeah, who knew what children actually picked up when they're young? But yeah, so got to look after him all long years. And yeah, as a child, he was everywhere with me. Even went on holiday with me and my colleagues. We went to PD, and I had to bring him along, and they were fine because we usually bring him to the office on Saturday when we have like a casual day. It's a working day, but Saturday is like no classes. Basic, basically, just have to be at the office for half a day. So I bring him along, and he'll have fun. Was great friends with my colleagues, and they were happy to have him along on our getaway. I think 2 days, one night in PD. So yeah, but yeah, he grew up and don't even want to go have lunch with me now. And the last one here is basically me and my mom. My mom, my late mom. This was in 1999 when I graduated from university with at Tesla. I think I only have this in my collection. I don't have any other picture of the convocation. Not even with dad. I have he has his picture with me when I was graduating my masters, but not during bachelor. I don't see because yeah, he back then he was the one holding the camera, taking pictures of the moments, right? But yeah. So this was me and mom. And I miss her a lot. Well, that's another topic for another day, of course. So basically, yeah. So yesterday was my 45th. It brought back a lot of memories, and a lot of memories are not really clear anymore, but I still remember a few stuff. So yeah, I think this will be good, not just for me to practice lecturing online. Not lecturing, I think just present to myself in front of a camera online. It also will help me, I guess, in thinking of my past with positive thoughts rather than negative, because I have had a lot of missteps in my life. And yeah, so an introduction as episode 1, I think that is suffice. Okay, before anything, okay, I'll stop share here. So yeah, um I think all my episode will have an ending of where I sing. I love to sing. So this is the song that I'm basically singing to, memorizing this moment, because sort of like my fight song right now, so it gives me that boost when I'm depressed, gives me that boost when I don't want to do anything. So it basically pushes me. It's a song I sing when I shower, it's a song I sing when I'm bored. So let's sing that to end this block today. Uh, okay. So yeah, this is from this is, I think, A Million Dreams from, what was, Greatest Showman. Yeah. So yeah. Close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sound crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night, brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, that's all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. Every night, bed, brightest colors fill my head. Million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams, that's all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong. I want you to bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. Every night, brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are all keeping me away. Think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. Right, that's it. Bye, guys.